To everyone watching, welcome to the Chineylee experience. I am so happy that you guys are here. Welcome, 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 always. I just want to say that for everyone, I would love to just introduce my co-host as I always do. As I always do. I just gotta introduce.
You gotta.
I have to. It's one of the special ones, the ones, the onlys. And listen, we actually have a special one too. We got one. I'm gonna introduce him a little bit later. He's actually the first guest on our show, so I'm really excited for this. All right, we're gonna introduce Minnie. Minnie, welcome to the Chinese experience.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Martin?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
The hat on, the turtleneck on, ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, I was out, and I wanted to kind of show out,
That's good.
I had to show out. Yeah, I had to do that. How's your day? How's everything?
It's good. It's good. I might go somewhere afterwards, so excited for that.
You look snuggly.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like snuggle.
You look snuggly.
You're like a trend. Are you a trendsetter or what? Because I'm just like what,
Stop hyping me up.
Anyway,
Thank you.
Hype me up.
what up?
Hype me up.
Anyway, all right. Glad that you're good, Minnie. All right. So we have, of course, the one, the only, the two. How you doing, the two? The one.
I'm doing.
Okay, that's good.
I'm doing, Martin.
Okay.
How you doing?
So I have a funny story. All right, I'm gonna tell you. This is very interesting.
You always have funny stuff.
It's always New York. I tell you the truth. Every time those places. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you the story later. But anyway, how was your night?
Straight to the point. Okay.
It was good.
It ended in utter failure.
Okay.
The night was night until it was not.
Yeah.
But now I'm here.
Okay, that's good.
Why? What'd you do last night? What happened?
We got to talk about it.
We got to talk about it today.
Well, let this man introduce the rest of the people first, and we can talk about it later.
Yeah. We'll talk. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay.
We'll get there to my tragic failure.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one, Victoria.
Hi.
The tribe.
So cute.
The tribe called Ruben. How you doing?
I'm good.
That's good. I was like, I wanted to get away from that one, the Ruben side. I was like, you know what? I remember there's like a tribe.
I bet you said it.
So it was like, I want to do something new. So how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. How was your night?
It was good. It was Passover, so I was
Okay.
with the Jewish side of the family.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shout
Yeah,
out.
that's what's up. Yeah, that's good. Anyway. All right. So now, besides these three, we got a special one. So this guy, he's like well known. You know what I mean? Like, and I like his name. Kind of reminded me of Street Fighter 2. I was like, Vega. You know what I mean? That one. That he's like the one with the claws. He does not look like the one with the claws, and he's not Well, technically he is Spaniard because he's Dominican. But anyway, that's
Damn right.
so. I mean,
Pues vale, tío.
I was just.
History says.
He's technically Spanish. Vega, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you for having me. I'm having fun so far. You guys are interesting.
Okay.
This one's unique.
Okay.
Amazing. Yep.
I didn't say it.
You're unique.
Oh, that's good. Well, anyway. Yeah. So Vega. So how was your day? How's everything with you?
My day's been chilling, man. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched UFC at all, but it was a great UFC fight night last night.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was fantastic. You
Oh,
know what I'm saying?
that's good.
I watched the whole thing without falling asleep, which has been difficult the last couple weeks.
Getting old.
Getting super old.
Yep.
Because as soon as it finished, I was out.
Yeah,
There was like
yeah.
no post celebration.
When did it end?
was like,
3 a.m.?
1:15. I was done by like 1:18. I was asleep.
I didn't even know it stayed on that long.
That's why I've been rooting for knockouts for the MMA. Like, please, just knock him out.
Put him to sleep.
I'm tired. It's time.
Put him to sleep so I can go to sleep.
Basically. Sorry.
Yeah, so I woke up this morning. It was great. You know, Buddy was a little bit. Buddy's my dog for anybody who doesn't know, but he was. That's not okay. Wait, is that me?
He's a good buddy.
Buddy's my dog, so he was being a little difficult this morning. What
kind of dog
so I was running late. He's a Beagle Foxhound mix.
Oh, wow.
Who was definitely a human in a past life. Like if my dog had thumbs, it'd be so lit. He's a person. Bro. He's just. There's so many things that I watch him try to do, and I'm just like, you just need thumbs, bro. If you had thumbs, life would be chill.
Why?
Okay, thumbs.
Tom.
Thumbs enough.
Well, hopefully your dog does not have indigestion, because then those tums, that's not good. I wouldn't want.
He's chill.
You can't have those tums.
So one of the things that people laugh about all the time is my dog eats better than like most people's children.
Oh,
I cook for him.
Okay.
So like he gets home cooked meals.
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff,
That's fire.
What does he eat? Chicken breast and broccoli? That type of stuff?
We mix it up. So like sometimes it'll be chicken breast, broccoli, potatoes. Sometimes it'll be like beef and wheat grain and carrots.
That's really good for the dogs.
All right, that's good. That's good. Well,
Wow.
As long as it doesn't have seasoning, he's pretty much good to go. I mean, and then occasionally I'll give him what I'm eating. You know.
okay, good. Well, I'm glad that your
I don't know
dog.
if that's what this show was supposed to be about, but
Oh no. Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. It's not. It's,
no Blue Mountain for me.
it's definitely not about dogs. I would be afraid if that was the case, because the dogs. But anyway.
You don't like dogs?
No, I do.
okay.
I have two dogs.
What?
Yeah, they're mini golden doodles actually.
Yeah, they're really small.
And yo, guess what?
What?
That brief felt so made up.
Martin doesn't really have dogs. He just made them.
I've seen them.
Vega, you're hilarious.
Yeah, I got some terrier retrievers.
He did say that he switches, and you're right. Yep.
Yeah, no, well. Here's the thing. The crazy part is with her is that she just gave babies and she's one.
You didn't spay her?
She can't play blackjack. She can't do that.
Crickets.
She's a dog. Anyway, no, so she gave birth. I was really happy for her, honestly. But she's one. It's like she can't go out to the clubs anymore because she got to watch the kids. You know, it's like she can't do that anymore. She cannot. No, she can't. Anyway, so she gave birth, and so it was good. I'm happy for her, and and I'm happy. Anyway, so the crazy part that happened the other night was, here's the story that I was talking about earlier. So, like 2 nights ago, I was walking down the block, and I was like in Williamsburg or whatever, and I don't normally go to Williamsburg. I only go there like if it's like for work or if I'm like seeing some friends or whatever. So I ended up going and walking. And as I was walking, I was asking for directions because Williamsburg's
That's
actually
crazy.
it's really big. Yeah.
Did not see that part of the story coming at all.
Yeah. Oh wait. Pause. Right?
I'm just.
It's too late. It's too late.
So anyway, apparently it was Parkinson's Day on Friday, and they hired me to shoot like buildings that are blue. It was like an agency, yeah. So shout out to them. Oh, actually, funny. That's a funny segue that we're gonna talk about, obviously. So anyway, I'm walking down the block, and as I'm walking, I'm like trying to like get the directions, and like I kid you not, right? It was this woman. You couldn't really tell what she was, like the way she looked. It was very, she had a very, how do you say, mixed look, right? So I had to ask for directions. And as I'm asking for directions, lo and behold, we're talking. And as we're talking, we're going to the subway. And as we go to the subway, like telling me, blah, 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 whatever. And then as we're talking, lo and behold, she thinks I'm an ICE agent. I'm like, wait.
What?
ICE agent?
This is why I always charge my phone before leaving.
I was like, I'm not. Do I look? I look Hispanic. Like, I mean, I look alien. I look. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, wait. What? I look like. I look ambiguous. I look like I'm not from here. So I'm like, wait. That's weird. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, I don't know, man. Everyone's everyone nowadays. I'm like, did you just finish smoking? Yes. Okay. That's why.
Where are you going with this?
So so to come back, I was like, wait, I don't understand. I just needed to. I had a long day. I was shooting a lot, and I'm just tired. I know you smoked, but I'm just like, I just want to get home. She's like, I know, but you just never know. It's 2025. I just don't know nowadays. Everyone is everything nowadays. I'm like,
What were you wearing that you were mixed up with a?
Green.
I was wearing a green turtleneck.
Ice baby.
Were you channeling your Asian side, or were you channeling the black side that day? Which vibe were you given?
I mean, well, I was chilling. You know what I mean? So I guess Asian, because we always look at each other.
He was black and ease that day.
Yeah, I think so. The moon was out. I don't know. Anyway, to come back, I don't know why she thought it was that. I don't know why. It was very strange. It was crazy. But anyway, we're gonna come back to mental health. So the topic today, obviously, is mental health, right? Obviously.
You
It
been
was
smoking?
announced. It was announced.
I like these negative connotations.
Just trying to get back here.
Nice.
I don't know. It was weird. It was just anyway. I don't know.
I just want to know why you were on the job and your phone was dead.
No,
I
but
can't think of any other reason you were asking for this.
so
You don't know
so
about this.
so you
phone
want
he
to so you
got.
want to know that. So you want to know that.
You ready for this?
Look at this thing he's about to pull out.
I don't have it, but
What do you mean?
Nah.
You
But-
don't have it?
That's a bummer, bro.
He's got like this.
so here's the thing. So here's the crazy part. So so first of all, to my smokers, I got nothing but love for y'all, man. Like
I don't know, bro. You just compared this to a crazy lady on the subway.
It's right there. Sebastian's
I got no.
Oh, there it is.
He's
There
handing it to
is.
you. We
Lee,
gotta
to your
bring it
right,
out.
to your right, Lee.
Okay.
It's a spotlight. It's
Get
time.
the phone. Show
It's
him
his
your
time. Show him
So
the
this is
phone.
my phone. Actually,
Oh shit! I
that's my phone. That's my phone. Like that's what it looks like. So.
There's too many jokes coming to my mind.
All right. So whatever. So
It's phone.
that's what happened. So the thing
With
was
keypad and screen.
You're not getting through the airport with that.
That's it.
There's no chance.
I've had it
like
for
a
3
mini
years.
Stop me from my watch. There's no way you're getting through
I've
the
had it for
airport.
3 years.
It's a
And you
Kindle.
haven't been on a flight in 3 years.
It's a Kindle phone. It's a Kindle phone.
Whatever.
It does look like a Kindle.
Whatever. All right. So anyway,
It looks
What's
like
it
it's
called?
someone
Light?
left it behind
The
and
light?
everyone runs away.
I can't get directions on this thing. Are you serious? Look at this. Look at it.
That's your fault.
Well,
That's a you problem.
It doesn't
in
have a built-in
2025.
compass.
huh?
It doesn't have a compass.
So, people,
What?
Talk, text,
To who?
personal hotspots.
That connects to other phones?
himself. It talks to himself.
It does.
You know, does anybody have kids? I don't have kids. I have a lot of
Even-
godkids.
No,
But
well-
like, that looks like the type of like phone that comes in a pre-packed thing of like 4 phones that only talk to each other.
Whatever.
It's like the phone you
Whatever.
get from Temu.
Whatever.
Phone, remember like T-Mobile was like, the team phone.
Right.
Like, it talks to like 5 people.
He doesn't know what a good phone looks like. It's clear.
It's not
this
that.
one. Oh, what up? Anyway, so that's why I was asking for directions. But here's the thing: you get to meet interesting people when you have these kind of
No,
phones.
we're not trying to meet interesting
meet
people
people
at night
It's 2025.
in New York
Not,
when
right?
they're pushing people on the subway and setting them on fire. No,
Right.
Okay,
no,
wait. All right.
Yeah, that's
Listen.
crazy.
Also, you answered
bro,
why-
you were setting
answered why
yourself
she
up for
thought
failure.
You work for ICE.
Listen.
Bro
Wait.
was gonna
First
be
of
an
all,
SVU
I know
case.
I'm cool, but I ain't that
See
cool.
your phone?
No, she did not.
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause
that
what-
one made me think you work for ICE. For sure.
Whatever.
Yeah, if you take out that gadget-looking phone, yeah, honestly, I can
Like
see
that's
it.
not a real phone. So
Oh, that must be an ice agent.
that's an ice
Wait.
agent phone.
Oh, that's funny. All right. So here's the thing.
Did she run away?
I don't like smartphones. I hate them. I hate smartphones. Oh my gosh.
So
Can't.
you got a smart calculator?
It's better than a smartphone. Sheesh.
How is it better?
It's better than that. Honestly, it's
I feel like
better.
you're tracked by more people with that than I am with this.
Exactly. But
You want to be tracked?
But that's the thing. I like to
He likes to carry a lot of stuff.
So I like to talk to very interesting people, you know, like, because it makes life interesting. When you know interesting people, you know, people, you know, naturally, it just kind of comes, you know what I mean? Like, I like.
Before or after the first joint?
Huh?
Before or after the first joint?
Don't
You
lie.
guys ever play Metal Gear Solid?
Oh, Sons of Liberty used to be my stuff.
My phone dials those frequencies.
Oh, wow. He got Snake on the hotline.
Anyway, so yeah, maybe. So anyway, so to come back to the topic, yeah, mental health, and on another note, man, funny enough, this month is autism awareness.
Autism awareness.
So I think it's only appropriate to actually go down that route because being that, you know, mental health is like something that's overlooked with people. Like we acknowledge it, but you know, do we, you know, like depression, anxiety, that's autism, you know, all these things. It's just good to understand where people are coming from, to understand that, you know, like it's good to just be aware that we're always around that and to really put in consideration that people, sometimes they need help, sometimes they need, you know, guidance, sometimes they just need, you know, like a helping hand, essentially. So I really wanted to talk about this. So, Johnny, what is the number to call into the show?
The number, Martin, is the following. The number is 929-474-1342.
Yes, and so we're essentially going to talk about this, and I would like for you guys to engage and to really talk about your experiences with mental health as well, okay? So call in and engage, okay? It'd be nice to have you guys and to welcome you guys on. Oh, okay. There it is. Ooh, there it is.
My shame.
We're talking about mental health.
There you go. Her coffee. She got her coffee.
Coffee.
My Shayla.
My coffee.
She got the coffee. She got it. All right. So anyway, so the one I see that you have a shirt that actually says thanks.
Yo, this explains it all.
So what made you get that shirt? Or like what inspired that?
It was on sale.
Hey, you got that in a good sale.
It was $5.
Talk about.
$5?
Talk about.
Yes. But
That's a deal.
no, it explains my move for today.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still kind of
Sorry.
I feel like you
Do I
guys
have to tell
planted
everybody about my failure today?
a lot of seeds were planted earlier. So like, let's start with what happened last night.
All right. So last night the night was night, and one of my boys he had an event that he had been promoting for a minute, and I told him I would support, and so I went out, and the lead up to going out, like really, the day was just not day, but I was looking forward to the night, and so I get to the event, and we're having a good time. Right before I'm ready to leave, I realize my wallet is missing, and so I'm looking all over the place for it. The people were trying to help me find it. That's when I go into my apps to see, you know, like, well, is somebody taking my account? And sure enough, somebody was cleaning out my bank account at that moment. So that sucked because it ruined my trip to LA today, which is why he's here, because he's supposed to be replacing me today. I showed up today
Replace
because
is a
I was
strong
upset. Well, not replace it, but yeah. But yeah, it just wasn't a day. So I felt like if I stayed at home, I was going to be upset, and I just decided to come on anyway. But thanks. It's the depression. That's why I'm wearing this shirt today.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad I
That,
came.
that is a lot.
Well, I mean, there's even more to it than that, but that's the skinny of it. Yeah. So, how's your day going?
Well, I mean, first of all, that is very depressing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Thanks.
to hear about your
Yeah.
It's
situation.
the depression.
Thanks. It's the depression.
Yeah, it's a depression.
Look, as we're sitting here, American Express is calling me. I know it's about my account, so it's like, damn.
Oh no.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Sorry about that, man.
Was the show good?
Oh, it was a good time.
All right, well, there's
It was a
that.
great time. It was a great
You gotta look
time.
at the bright side sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, you
Take
can't
the
change
good.
nothing about that.
I mean, the night knit, if that's a word.
Whoa.
The night was nighting. The night was nighting. I had a good time, so I won't let that overshadow the event. The event was lit.
That's good. That's good. Well, I mean, I think ultimately with mental health and the depression, I think that that could definitely lead someone to depression because I'm going to be frank. Confession, I like to acquire funds or financial. So if I find out someone's going into my account and taking my stuff, I'm mad and sad, anxious, depressed, because A, I don't know who's doing it. B, my trust is gone. I don't know where it is, who's doing this, who's doing that.
You're not in control.
I mean,
I'm
being
not-
robbed, I've been violated.
Exactly.
If you've ever been robbed, you feel violated.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a very scary situation when you're out of control. I don't like that feeling. I have a lot of faith, but at the same time, there are times where I become I don't have faith anymore, and I'm just I just want control, because I feel like I don't have to worry about being violated or anything like that. So it's one of those feelings where when you're not in control, the mental health just starts to depreciate. It starts to do something to you because now you're like, dang, what do I do? And then I get anxious. I'm overly anxious. How am I able to cater to this? How am I able to be to become to direct that? And
I think that's a deeper question there of what part of your mental health is impacted that drives you to need so much control.
Yeah.
That's
I'm saying, especially in a world where we don't have control of shit. The world happens and you live in it. You know what I'm saying? So when you have issues with letting go of control or relinquishing control, what does that stem from?
That was a very wise question.
My fault.
No,
I didn't
no.
mean to do
No,
that.
no,
But
no,
it's
no.
so needed
No.
because
He said, boom.
boom.
it's your body's there's always doors in your brain that you don't know of, so you have to dig deeper. So it's like they say, you're healing your inner child. But no, after your inner child, you gotta heal your inner teenage years. And then after your inner teenage years, it's like, shit, I gotta heal my 20s now.
No.
So there's always, you gotta dig deeper and find the root so you can yank it out.
Yeah, no, I agree. Young Vic, I'm just saying. Yeah, she's the prodigy, by the way. Shout out to that. That's a great way of looking at that. I guess I was in a place, man. Because my mom, when she passed, I was normally very just kind of on the I was good or whatever. But then when she passed, I was just oh wow, and it was a very hard time in my life, and I feel that could be what stemmed from the seed was planted. And that's why, I face a little bit of anxiety or something like that. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's naturally, I'm so okay, but but then when I'm not okay, it does, because of that. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't it be safe to say that as Black and brown people, we've been taught by parents to suppress our feelings and suppress our emotions? We don't talk about mental health because, that's the devil, or that's taboo. We don't discuss those things.
Did you guys also grow up with if you're crying, stop crying?
Right.
Or else I'll give you a reason.
I'm going to give you a reason to cry if you don't stop crying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait. In the Korean culture, do they do that? Really?
Yeah, and they beat the shit out of the kids when I used to go to school, military stuff.
Wait, the teachers would beat the kids up?
Yeah.
I mean, we used
That's
to get
wild.
paddled, until they stopped doing that.
Yeah, because human rights, right?
Right.
Now we
Now it's abuse. It's abuse.
Yo, where did you guys go to school, fam?
You didn't get paddled in school?
No, I never like.
Man, I had
I tell people, bro, being
our principal,
being
Mr.
Latino, being
Webb.
black is a little bit different.
Right. Our
You
principal.
went to Catholic school or something, like it was.
No,
more
this is a
rigid,
regular
rugged,
public
but,
school.
like, nah,
Regular
And they
public
hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah,
That's
bro.
actually
Listen.
insane.
The only hits I took was
By-
scrapping with other students.
Our principal, Mr. Webb, he had this paddle with holes in it. And everybody was scared of him because he hit you and it hurt. It hurt.
Yo, bro.
Patting you
no
in
one's
the
parents
hole.
said anything.
No. But
They thought that was normal.
it's a different time.
It was a different time.
I mean,
Now
it
it's
wasn't like
illegal.
they weren't
Where
abusing
you went to
you.
you went to school, they hit you too.
Yeah, I grew up
But see,
in
this is the
Canada.
difference between what I
Yeah.
say, black and brown people. Not to say that some
No,
of
it's
our white
big
people.
differences. I tell people that all the time, especially when you like
Cultural.
historically, culturally. Like I tell people all the time, I identify as black as far as like being Dominican and being like there's possibilities of being
It's the
tied
same.
to Africa, like to Africa, right? Like I know my family lineage, so I know like we have more Native Islander, like we're from the Taino culture and all that. But nonetheless, like as a Dominican, we're tied to the African nation, right? But as far as being black in America, the Latino experience is very different. Like a lot of us didn't get here till like the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really have a deep connection and relationship with a lot of the slavery, the civil rights movement, a lot of the stuff that black Americans experience. So I think when you hear Latinos say like, I'm not black, they mean that. They mean like, at least for me personally, like I mean it from a respect position of like, I don't have the cultural experience you guys have. Like, yeah, we experience racism from white people, but it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? They think all of us know how to swim and build shit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't think you guys were people for a long time. Like it's a very different experience.
Like, oh, we're property. It's like my dog.
Yeah,
That's
so
really the way they
paddles is
treat it.
crazy, bro.
I mean, but it's the truth. I mean, in the way we're going now, we're walking back. Let me not get into that.
Yeah, I'd be damned. See, that's one of the things I think about. Like when we think about the politics of things, right? No matter what it is, I feel like too many of us spend too much time talking about things and just like screaming from the mountaintop. But if we really just took action, like shit would change pretty quickly.
It would.
Right? Like if everybody just didn't go to work, just nobody go to work tomorrow.
What are they gonna do about it?
Right? Who's gonna get fired? Because the person that's firing you not supposed to be at work either.
I wish we did things like that though.
We
People-
talk a
people
big
don't do
game,
it.
but people don't stick together.
Yeah, it's more fun to talk about it.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I see what you're saying, man. You know, talking about it, I feel like is the best way to really. All right, so I don't know. I guess being a freelancer, like when you're a freelancer, you have a moment where you're like, all right, not a lot of people understand this, but when you're a freelancer, we have like, I don't want to sound coy or whatever. I like that word, coy. So nice. But the thing is, we kind of have like our moments where we're just like, okay, all right. I need to get this done. I have to get that. Okay, da da da. All right. So I just need to get that, and then that, and then and then that. And then some people look at you like you're crazy because you're doing that. But it's like self-organization, talking like out loud. Like, all right, I have to get that. I have to get this. I have to get that. I have to get this.
You
It's
do
like,
do that.
huh?
You do talk out loud.
It sounds like a control thing all over again. Is that
It really is.
right? I mean, like.
I need to get that. Da da da. Da 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 da.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I think maybe it comes
I
from the
think your
job. of
control
being, like,
issues
super
are affecting my
independent.
mental health. Just saying that.
Yeah, I think for freelancers and for creatives or anybody who's just trying to work for themselves, it's the you starve if you don't do work today mentality. And I don't think people address it enough, right? Especially people who are fully committed to it, right? And this is a
Hustling.
small pet peeve of mine. I hope y'all don't judge me too much for it, but like it stresses
We
me out
listen
when
and we
people
don't judge.
it stresses me out when people say things like, my business is doing so great, but they have a full or part-time job, right? Because for me, on a business level, are you separating the money you're making for going to work from the money you're making for doing this business thing, right?
Right.
And a lot of people don't. They take the work money, the paycheck, they pay for stuff in the business, do something cool with the business, and they're like, look how great my business is doing, right? And then your mental health is affected down the road when you realize this isn't working, you hate being at work, like nothing's really coming together.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big thing for people who do freelance or any type of that work, where it's like, yeah, you could not do anything today, but also if you don't, you might starve because you don't know where your next paycheck's coming from. Versus when I show up to the office, if I could get away with it, I ain't doing shit. So what are they gonna do? Pay me Friday. That's what they're gonna do.
Pay me Friday. Show me my money.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
And we've
Yeah.
all had people we've worked with. They're like, "How do you still have a job?" But I'm not a snitch. But how do you have a job, bro?
Yeah, these are questions that really need answers. Nah, I've been there, man. I mean, like, thankfully, I'm in a very stable, like, area, you know? But there are some people, man, that, man, I'm like, how are you alive, bro? Like, I don't know, man. Like, you know, but they make it, you know? And I commend them. I really do. Because that is also another thing about, like, mental health. Like, because that can impact you. A lot of freelancers, man, to be honest, to be frank, I think freelancers are, like, some of the most, like, perseverant, like, they persevere, man.
Nah, I
They
disagree.
really.
I disagree. I think somebody who could work for the same company for 30 years got a different level of perseverance, my boy.
I mean, it's case by case, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I mean,
You working for the same company for 30 years, bro? That's crazy.
I could never. 30 years being in one place, I would cry.
but it just depends on
You
what
gotta work
do.
20 years to get a pension in most companies.
This is also true. I mean,
Think about the last 20 years of your life, bro. How much of them have been the same?
but it depends on what you do, right? It depends
Yeah.
on what your job is.
Case
you
by
know?
case.
Yeah.
Case by case.
Everybody, if you're working on a assembly line, that's the same job every day,
Yeah.
day in, day out. But let's say
What if you work in retail?
That's different because you're working with people. You're dealing with the public. No day is the same. I mean,
Have
you
you-
might do something different. The same, but in general, the day is going to be different.
Have you ever cried at work?
No,
Have you ever cried at work?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I've crashed out at work.
Can I ask the men?
So much, like,
I was going to say, like, why would I cry at work? But
Because we're talking about mental health, and honestly, like,
I have
you ever
crashed
just like
out
go
at
to
work.
work and like your day is just complete trash, and
Yes.
it's like you gotta put on a front for these people, but like
that's what I mean as far as perseverance. Like, when you work freelance, you don't have to do that.
That-
You understand?
yeah.
Like, yes, you're making the sacrifice of you're not gonna make money today, but you don't have to get up and go to
That
work
freedom.
or
But
go
it's
do
still
anything. Like,
it's still case by case. I mean, granted, like with my job,
Like
like
say,
every
you-
day is different.
right, but if you worked at a regular office, right, or a regular job, retail, whatever it might be, right, you still got to go to work today, whether you wanted to or not, right? No matter how upsetting last night was. Like, if you didn't have a trip planned because of your lifestyle, right? Like, it's a regular Saturday, you go out and party, stay out till 4, show up to work at 8, 9 because it's retail, right? If everything happened last night, now you have another stressor of having to call work and explain to them that you might not be able to come. Like, that's things that freelancers don't ever have to think about.
Yeah, 'cause
And
you're
that's a
working on
different
your-
level of perseverance to, like, for me personally, to stay in an environment where you know that's your life. Like, for me, that was
Yeah.
always difficult.
I think there
I
should
get
be
what you're
mental
saying.
health days, and like when women get their period, I think we should have a day for that too.
Listen, you're asking for too much.
Y'all don't even know. You guys are not the ones to have kids.
Listen, I don't mean it like that. In today's where we are
No,
today,
for real though, cramps could be crazy.
these are things
And you
that
get
other
these mood
countries have,
swings.
right?
Besides America.
4-day work
Wait.
weeks.
Prodigies, I tell you, man, they're up here and they're down here. Like, you just don't know.
Vic, you are obviously cramping your side right now. It's cramping. It's cramping.
I don't even know what that means. I'm gonna give it a fuck.
Cramping?
I
Okay.
think you said tramping.
Cramping.
No, cramping.
Cramping. You guys don't understand the emotional toll it is of going into work with all these emotions when you're bleeding out of your hole. Did you ever bleed out of your hole? Nah, I don't think so.
I mean,
so
well,
don't come here.
I don't know.
This is a lot.
Say it, babe. Say it.
Yo.
Say it with your chest.
I mean,
Say it.
No, I'm telling you, It's a
We all
lot.
experimented in college.
I'm not.
Some of
First
y'all
of all,
might be
I don't know what
bleeding out
that's
of y'all
like.
holes.
All right. What? I don't know. I mean,
This sounds
if
like a SVU
sometimes
case.
if I get into a
Bleeding
fight,
out of your hole.
and then there's blood, that's that
I ain't
whole-
talking about that hole.
What?
So about Martin's control issue.
You want equivalent in the back?
Sir, ma'am.
Well, that doesn't happen often. By the way, FYI, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. Okay.
Where is this going?
I was just the whole.
So like Kanye's
So
mental
random.
health, right?
Hold.
Kanye's mental health, right? Like he's all over the place.
Okay.
He's a little crazy. I'm just nah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think he's a genius, to be honest.
He suffers from severe bipolar
Oh yeah. 100%.
schizophrenia.
Him?
I love Kanye though, but like
You think he's
for what he does. Yeah, for sure. It has to be. There's no way. You don't go from loving one person to exploding on them to loving them to exploding on them like week after week. Like bipolar is doing that like every month. Schizophrenia is doing that every day.
That's a good way to put it, right? Using Kanye. If you didn't know the difference, now you know.
Right. Saying when he transitioned from monthly to
He's like,
weekly, it
not
was like,
Kanye. Yee?
Yeah, he changed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yay.
oh, yay. Like a celebration, yay.
Yeah.
That's his name.
Yeah.
I think.
He's got enough money to do what he wants to do.
No. Yeah. He's free to roam, man. Like.
But is that an excuse? Like, do you get to a point where you make enough money to not have to fix yourself?
I don't think it's an excuse, but people, when you have the money, people aren't going to tell you what you need to hear. They're going to tell you what you want to hear.
So I feel like with Kanye, the thing about Kanye though, like I remember at the end of the interview, because I'm sure you guys saw when he was in the Ku Klux Klan.
No, I didn't watch the interview. You crazy?
Right, why would I watch
What
that?
did I learn from that interview? What more?
All
could
I
Kanye
saw
say
was
than he did in his
coons
speech?
and jigaboos. I'm not
No.
watching that.
At the end, if you pay attention, like
He was crazy
he
in the
had
beginning
people,
and at the end.
Yeah, he had people come in, and when they came in, they were like kissing his butt, like
Exactly.
like oh yeah, yes, but oh yeah,
No, it's not money. You hear all the crazy shit he just said. Yeah, I'm gonna kick his ass in person too, bro. He's gonna lose his shit if we challenge him here. Like he is on the verge of snapping everywhere he goes. He came into this interview in one outfit, then changed to an all-black Ku Klux Klan outfit. Forget about the amount of planning that takes to make an
That's
all-black
insane.
Ku Klux Klan outfit.
Yeah, that's-
like, yeah,
I
bro.
didn't-
In a
that's what
situation
you
like
gotta
that, Kanye, I'm there, Kanye, bro. It was dope meeting you. I can't wait to see you again sometime. Just keep making your way out the door, cause we don't want you to shoot this place up. And that's
Well,
what
so-
you look like you're about to do.
Do y'all think that somebody needs to like have him committed? Because if I was some normal person and I was doing erratic stuff like that, y'all would probably have me committed.
That's where the money comes in. I think
and that's what
it's
I'm
not.
saying.
It's not about not trying to get him committed. It's about having enough money where it's not gonna matter if you try to commit me.
He can
You know what I'm
exist and
saying?
do whatever he wants.
Right.
Yeah.
Controversy
That's real.
is the
Like,
new
wearing
money-making
KKK
machine.
reels.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you
You
look
didn't know
at
that?
No, that's
Yeah,
actually
that shit was
psychotic.
crazy. Like
That's
that shit was
totally
crazy.
disrespectful to your culture.
That shit was crazy, but it was black though, so.
Nah, I'm looking
like
that
fire.
up. That's actually insane. That's insane.
Sure, I'm gonna look that up. Like I'm gonna sit up here and lie.
No, I believe you. It's just
let me find the receipts.
I'm just kind of in shock about that. Like, what's like I like what Kanye, whatever, but like that's
I like
totally
it.
disrespectful
wait,
to
you
your
didn't
own
see that?
community.
You didn't see that interview?
No.
No,
Bro,
he does
nobody
not.
saw the interview. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
the
If
first
I-
time.
Why would I want to watch that?
this is absolutely
gonna do it. It was like,
wild. This is wild.
I saw the pictures. It was
You know what's
online.
you know what's strange though?
I'm scared.
Here's a strange part though.
Because you just liked him.
Right after just
The
saying he was a genius.
Isn't he
I
selling?
take it back. I
Isn't-
take it back.
Isn't
That wasn't
Kanye
even
like
5
selling
minutes
a T-shirt with a swastika on it on his
well,
website?
remember he,
Yeah.
he took out a whole ad on Super Bowl Sunday, so you know he spent millions on this ad
Right.
that led you to the site, and it was just that shirt.
Well, I don't know if he spent millions on the Super Bowl ad.
Yeah,
but
he did.
It's like 6 million to do a Super Bowl ad.
Like that's yeah, it's expensive to run ads during the Super Bowl.
It is, but I don't know if it plays the same now that Tubi had it. I think That's where I would be, because I don't know if the Kanye commercial didn't play on everybody's TV. Like it only played in certain areas.
Okay.
He didn't pay for the whole national thing, so that's why I'm saying like, I don't know how he spent. He probably spent local money as opposed to national money.
I mean,
which
but I'm
is
sure
amazing.
he
So
aired
that
it
played
more
this
in-
year's Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Like,
but it
yeah, 'cause
only
I
played
didn't
in
see
certain
it.
places. It didn't play everywhere. That's the thing.
You saw it live?
Yeah. But
I
I
don't think
was
I
here in
saw
New
it
York,
live.
so
Yeah, I don't think I remember seeing that.
I mean, it was
Yes,
weird.
but here's the thing
that
though.
is weird.
As I'm listening to him,
But he almost sold out them swastika shirts, though. That's just crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, because there are a lot of racists out there. You know,
It's crazy
and
out there.
They're trying to,
Collectibles.
make
But
America
here's the crazy
19
part though.
What do you mean smart?
As he was talking, I understood everything he was saying.
That's trippy.
I was like, I get it.
Were you smoking?
No, but here's the
I gotta give you some insight.
but here's the
right?
thing.
'Cause,
No, wait. I'm an artist.
Gemini,
It's like an artist.
Oh, we got a
like-
Gemini. Everybody
I'm an
hide.
artist.
I gotta give you some insight, right?
What is that supposed to mean? What is
artist.
that
I
supposed
actually
to mean?
love Geminis. I'm just kidding.
I frequently
I really do.
defend myself as a Gemini, right? Because Trump is a Gemini, Kanye is a Gemini. There's a lot of really
Y'all crazy.
historical, crazy. Like the thing is, right? Like there's two of them inside of there. You feel me? And sometimes one wins and sometimes the other wins. But because there's two of them, everything we say sounds logical. Like we never sound crazy because we already had the back and forth in
You're
our
talking
head
about
it.
two
You know what I'm
people.
saying? It's two
That's-
people, right? So
that's
when you hear
schizophrenia.
Kanye talk, you think he sounds like he makes sense because part of him does, and the other part of him doesn't. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
but
it's
here's the
easy
thing.
to resonate,
He's
you know what I mean?
crazy,
But
of
he's
course.
not.
No. Don't get it twisted. He's crazy, of course. Whatever. But like, all right. Fun fact about me, right? So the little thing about me, I'm an
crazy too?
artist, so I kind of understand like crazy. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, oh, I feel you, I get you. You know what I mean? So with Kanye, I was just like, this guy's crazy, but I get it. But you're crazy. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I feel you. But you're crazy. But still, I get you. Please, yeah. You say
It takes a crazy. Well, all right. So
Wait.
think about.
Wait.
Takes one to know one.
Hey, I already thought to it. I told y'all I'm a Gemini.
Listen, no,
I know what I'm working with.
I am not muy loco. I am
sure?
not. I'm not.
No, hear me out. So
What of?
most geniuses are a little loopy. You think about people like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is crazy.
Are you serious?
No. I think geniuses are socially awkward.
That too.
Yeah, they're not crazy. They're socially
Well, he
awkward.
did some weird things. And
What did he
not
do?
Socially awkward.
I need an
things. don't-
example. Give me one. Stat. I need
Well,
examples.
stop talking and I can tell you. Like he would do weird things like, I'm just gonna eat apples. I'm not wearing deodorant. Like he would do crazy stuff. I'm serious. You
But
read his book.
that's not weird or crazy. That's just societally awkward.
No, like he would do random, like erratic things. And I mean, to the point, that's why they kicked him off the board. So I don't want to get into the whole thing about Steve Jobs, but
What I mean by that is like, from the outside looking in, I would say the same about somebody doing a keto diet.
Yeah, I was about to say, I ate grapes for like 25 days straight. That's it.
but
Oh, wow.
I mean,
It was great.
I
My body
guess I'm
felt
not
great.
explaining the way that I read it in the book.
You gotta give me different examples.
You're like, look, today I'm just gonna be naked today. You know, like that's it. The stuff that he was doing was just erratic, and it scared people to the point where the stuff that he was doing actually made him sick.
Wait, was he eating pears?
What?
Because he's Apple.
You said peers? Who
Yes.
says it peers?
It's like, why are you eating pears? You're
Pears.
Apple. Anyway,
You know what
please.
really gets to me? Side note. I don't understand how New Yorkers say orange.
Orange.
Orange. Isn't that how you say it? But a lot of New Yorkers say orange.
Orange.
We do.
Aren't you happy?
Orange.
You're not happy?
Orange.
Orange.
It's the accent.
It's oh.
Orange.
Okay, that's
Orange.
it. Sorry. Quick rant.
I heard that. I heard you. All right. Queens is in the building. Shout out
Is
to
that a-
Queens. Get the horn out. I need Queens.
Boo 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 boo.
I need. Yeah. Shout out to Queens.
Is that affecting your mental health?
That's what I need.
The way they say
Also,
orange?
I have a shout out.
What's up?
So one of our cast members, Nikki owns her own mental health.
Let's go. Shout out to Nikki.
So I want to shout her out.
Shout out to Nikki.
Your sign to say.
Tie-dye.
Shout out to Nikki. You already know.
And I also have something else to say.
Okay.
So there's this book. I coach basketball. I've been coaching for since I was
Say
16.
basketball again?
What?
Say basketball again?
Basketball.
Okay. I thought you
Basketball.
Basketball is my favorite sport. I like to wear dribble it down the court. Okay. So I always tell all the kids and from 13 plus, I always tell them to read this one book. And I wonder if you've read it. I feel like you
Probably
really
not.
like it. The Four Agreements.
did. Yeah, no.
No.
I heard of it.
Tell us
It's
more.
a really good
I've
book,
never
and it's
heard of it.
really good for your mental health. And honestly, I'm not gonna say this changed my perspective on life, but it's the second book. The first book is the Bible. Y'all should read that.
Amen. Let's go.
The first one, there's 4 rules for the 4 agreements. I just want to share it just in case anyone needed to hear it. So I do want to share that. The first one is be impeccable with your word. The second one is don't take anything personally. You're not trying to be like that. So let's say someone said something mean to you. I'm not going to take it personally. I'm not trying to be like that.
Facts.
Joke's on you.
I ain't hater.
The third one, and it's the hardest one, is don't make assumptions. You're going to drive yourself crazy doing that, but you're probably right. The fourth one is always do your best. And those 4 agreements I try to live by every single day.
Right.
So
That was
You made a
good.
book on all 4 of those?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was excellent.
It's called the 4
Very
agreements.
good.
Let's go, Vic.
I just wanted to share that because
That's awesome.
it's a life-changing book, and I want kids to read it. They should read it, learn it young.
Go kids.
Go kids, go sports!
So let me ask you all, when you all are feeling down, because we all have our downtime, what do you do to pick yourself up?
Smoke a joint.
That's unhealthy.
Look, straight to the point.
Like, seriously.
Pass them herbs.
But I smoke a joint and I really be doing that. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I smoke a lot of weed too, but I just think that we, at some point, got really good at pretending weed is not addictive.
It's addictive. It's so addictive.
So people just kind of fell in this habit of nah, man, I'm not sad. I'm just getting high. And it's like, no, bro,
You
you've gone
are.
through a quarter of weed in a day. You're sad.
Like you're lit and sad.
Right. So, so I feel like it's a good solution as long as you got yourself
Yeah.
in enough.
Sad and
You know
bougie.
what I'm saying? As long as you're in check. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you know about that life?
What about you, Dewan?
Yeah, what do you do?
Especially a day like this.
Well, I'm here with people, and I think that I try to surround myself with good people. I don't have a lot of people here in New York to do that with, which is kind of sad. But, right, it's 10 million people here, and I don't have people to surround myself with. I mean, but New York is a weird place, like
It's a fictional place.
it is.
It's the Matrix.
New York, Dubai, LA, they're all fictional cities. They shouldn't actually work on paper. Watch a bubble.
Martin, what do you do? We never finished. What do you do? I never actually finished my answer. But what do you do to, when you're sad, to cheer yourself up?
I mean, well, I think, I guess it's the.
Aside from telling dad jokes.
It's
Dad
more
jokes.
no. It's more like. So I don't know. Maybe I'm maybe I'm like North American. I don't know. But money kind of makes me happy. I don't know.
Makes everybody happy.
But here's the thing. The reason why it makes me happy is not because of greed. It's more of like providing. I'm a provider. So if I have money and I'm like and it's enough, I'm giving up. I'm giving it up.
You mean giving away
Everybody
free
giving
money?
it up. You know what I'm saying? Give it up. I think like that right there is so cool because it's like I'm making a difference to be able to help people with money. It obviously I do use it for my my equipment and stuff like that and like people or whatever. But I don't know. I'm like a provider, and I like when I get the money. So in turn, I give the money. I love that so much to be able to like.
But giving it to people, like in general, or
Yeah, like yo,
Wait,
bro.
So when you're sad, you give people money?
I mean, because you can give me some money right
I'm
now.
trying to be fags.
Well,
I want to be there when you're sad.
Figure out how this works.
I ain't rich.
Right.
It don't
Yo.
matter.
Follow-up question. What
I-
makes
Right.
you sad?
What makes me sad when I have no money. That's what makes me sad. Oh no, I don't
So
have
you create
money.
your own cycle.
Well,
This is this control thing.
well, I mean,
877 car
My
alarm.
car got broken into.
Well, welcome to New York. But I think the thing that's sad though is more like I don't know, like it's like one of those things where it's just like I guess it's like when I'm just not able to help people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh, I want to help you, dog, but I can't. Because it could be not food or financials or whatever. Like I feel like that, like not being able to provide to me is like a weakness. Because I feel like, again, a control thing. It's like I lose control because I can't do what I want to do, but the thing is, like, I don't know. Naturally, I just like to help people. You know what I mean? That's just my thing. I just want to make sure you're okay. And sometimes sometimes there are times where I can't. I literally can't. And it's because it hurts. It really does hurt internally. And I wish it didn't. Like, man, I really want to be there for you, but I can't. It hurts so bad. That's what makes me sad, man. Not being able to help.
So money makes you happy.
Huh?
Lack of money makes you sad.
What?
Money makes you happy.
Oh, what?
Boo.
Wait,
Oh, what?
You're just ready, Johnny.
Right.
Okay. Nah,
Minnie.
but
Minnie, what makes you sad?
What makes me sad? I think it's everyone. Insecurities, not feeling good enough.
I think you're the best in the game.
You're so nice.
You're so beautiful, inside and out.
No, it's sad.
Seriously though.
Thank you. Thank you. Vic, what makes you sad? You're always so cheerful.
Right.
ooh, that's a good one. I
You're
want to
always
know.
so happy.
I'm kind of gonna have to agree with Martin a little bit. Like I really love helping people, and like the goal is to like give back. So I feel like I have like all these goals in my head, and like it's just like how do I get there to give back? But there's like a lot, I can talk about men. I could talk about. I can talk about.
We talked about it.
Work.
Hit hard.
But life is literally a game. So it's like, how do you go about it? But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I would say I'm almost there conquering my emotions. Like that book, The 4 Agreements, why I'm like really pressed on people to read it. It really helped me like in a weird way like align my chakras. Where like I don't act out. I watch what I say when people irk me the wrong way. Like if someone makes me upset, I wish them love because they need it more and I know I'm full of it. And like when I know I'm sad, I understand that like it is part of the journey. God wants me to feel this for some reason and there's a lesson for it in a weird way. But yeah, sad crew over here, we sad.
Yeah, man.
But we happy at the
happens?
same time.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, well, anyway.
The noise?
I do have a question for all of us to answer. So we have discussed what makes us happy, what makes us sad, and also we discussed our coping mechanisms when it comes to mental health. Now, the question I want to ask all of you guys, if you can go back and remember one moment where it did slap you, where it did hit you, that yes, now my mental health is affected. Maybe one event that to this day on, use an example, or that you can remember, or that you can connect when you discuss about, the negatives of mental health.
Huh?
That's
That's a long question.
That was a lot
Can
of
you
work.
simplify
Throw it back,
it?
baby.
That was like
Throw
5
it back,
sentences.
I need.
So if everyone can remember a moment where a reality hits you that your mental health was affected.
Oh. Well, I'll go back to a few months ago. Thinking about him, I need to call him. My friend is actually a therapist, right? And so I talked to him about stuff, but he can't be my therapist because he's my friend. And so, like, during COVID, he was like, you probably should see a therapist. Like, you need to, think of, compress or decompress some of the stuff that you went through because you really compartmentalize a lot of things that you went through, and you went through a lot. So I think I had this moment where life just was lifing, and I called him and I crashed out on it. And like he texted me and he was like, never, or he called and he was like, never in the 20-something years that I've known you have I ever heard you talk like this. Like, you good? I see you online. I see you with your friends. You appear to be fine, but are you good? And I think at that moment, I was like, man, life was really lifing. And, you know, I think that we, as a society, are taught to compartmentalize, you know, stuff that's happening. And we get to the point where if you're people like me, you're trying to fix stuff. You're trying to be happy all the time. You're trying to, you know, put on a good face. But sometimes you need to be vulnerable, you know? And I think at that moment, that was me being vulnerable. And I don't have anybody to do that to a lot, because I'm usually the one that people are always doing that to. I don't know, I said a lot, but I just say in the moment, that was my crash out moment. And I don't know if we've had those moments. You know, maybe some of you crash out all the time, but I'm usually not that person. And so I think it really scared him. And when I thought about it, you know, I was like, man, maybe I do need to, you know, find some creative outlets. This is my creative outlet right now. So, you know, safe spaces and, you know, meeting new people and stuff like that. Like that's helping me here, you know, in New York. Like I don't want to make this a woe is me thing. I'm good, fine, I'm good. But I think that you look at people like Robin Williams and, you know, folks that took their lives and they'll say, these people were so happy. Why would they, you know, commit suicide? You don't know what they're really thinking inside. And, you know, those are the folks you need to check on, the ones that are always seemingly happy. They may not be. We have to make it normal to discuss feelings. It's as I was saying earlier, most of us Black and brown people, like these topics are taboo. We don't discuss them. But, you know, white people, they talk about mental health and mental illness, and they talk about, you know, it's an okay thing. But in our communities, it's not spoken on, and it needs to be talked about more.
Yeah, because coke is no joke, and people resort to that. What? No, it's really no. I'm not. I know it sounds funny, but it's like a lot of people resort to that when they're like in a place that's like.
Well, people resort to, you know, whatever, you know, dark things or whatever takes their minds off of their troubles. I mean, for me, it's SVU, which is kind of dark, or traveling. Yeah. So, you know, if I'm having a stressful day, I just want to go home. I just want to relax. I'll watch TV, or I'll take a long drive and listen to music. That's my outlet. But some people have other outlets. They take the drinking, smoking, cocaine, like you said. You know, some people have great outlets to, you know, and good support systems, but some people don't.
Right. I mean, yeah, I hear you, man. You know, that place, you know, mental health is especially when you don't know where to go and you feel so lost and you don't know who to turn to. And I think that's why a lot of people result into seeing therapists and seeing people that they feel like they can, you know, like, for example, like you're obviously here. This is low key kind of like a therapy session for you. So it's like, but it's because it's a safe place. And I guess, you know, a lot of people, especially in our communities, some people they look at the therapist like, oh, bro, you're weak. Why are you going to a therapist? You don't need to go on. You don't need to. And it's like, then they look like you're weak. But in reality, maybe it's just, we're just trying to find a place to just be safe, you know?
I do like that the younger generation has normalized all these things. You know, it's like, well, I crashed out today. I need to see somebody. I went to my therapist. I have my therapy sessions, and it's, you know, it's normal.
Yeah.
Because it is normal.
I mean, it is normal, but
I see what you're saying. Like your generation compared to like mine, you guys bottled that. Like you guys are like 12, like not. And as a man, yeah, you can because of your like race and stuff. But as a man, you guys have to like be strong, get the house,
Yeah.
bottle it up, don't
And
not talk about your feelings. Like, it's definitely harder for a male more than a woman.
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes to mental health.
I'm glad you said that because I think that's a very important piece of it. Not to turn it into a gender war of any sort, but I think there's just a general gap in emotional interest in men.
It's huge.
You know what I'm saying? Just across the board,
Most
right? Like
men
when we
commit suicide.
right, like when we saw Will Smith crying on camera, right? It was comedy, it was funny, it was entertainment. When we saw him go and slap Chris Rock, it was funny, it was comedy, right? But a woman starts speaking on the internet about anything, and everything is like, oh my God, sensitivity. And for me, it's a double-edged sword because like it annoys me on both sides of like, first, we aren't giving men and especially little boys the attention they need to understand how to grow up fully developed, right? And then on the flip side of things, like we're making women seem extremely weak by comparison, right? Like everything, one of my big pet peeves in that gender war space is like women, the whole no accountability side of things, right? Or like blaming everyone else. And it's like, at some point we do have to acknowledge like we are all human and we make choices, right? So if every time we make a choice on one side of the spectrum it's excused as like everyone else's fault but the person who made the choice, and on the other side we're just like, man, figure it out, we're never gonna get anywhere. You know what I mean? And it sucks because it's a conversation that people have all the time, right? And funny, like bring it full circle. Just like the protesting or rioting or like fighting for rights, like we all talk about it, but does anybody actually take action, right? Like as women, right, who are bringing up the idea of being more sensitive to men, are you actually being more sensitive to men, right? Are you in your group chat with your ladies laughing about stuff that you know if men said it about women, the world would burn, right? Because we see that shit all the time. We see it in TV. Ozark is my biggest complaint lately, right? Like the whole show opens with us learning that his wife is cheating on him regularly and giving and in the cheating she's doing, she's having sex in positions she blatantly tells him no to. Fast forward 30 minutes, he's getting yelled at by her because he kept a secret from her about the man she was cheating with dying. And now suddenly we're more mad at him than we are at her, right? Like it's too constant in our world, and I think it's dangerous. As someone who's the oldest of 6 siblings, enough girls and boys on each side, so.
You know, that's the society we live in. You know, it's by design. Women are supposed to be subservient,
And we're all guilty of it, right? Like we all like I've not been in a circle of real men who wouldn't find it hilarious if we gender swapped Harvey Weinstein and a man was crying about not wanting to have sex with the ugly girl to become Batman. Like we would all find that hilarious. What's wrong with you, bro? Go be Batman.
Yeah.
But if a woman told us that story, we're like, whoa, what did that man do? Nah, we gotta have some words with him. Like, what changed?
No, you're right.
Still the same thing.
What changed? Like,
No, the situation didn't change. It was just the idea of this is bad versus, yo, this is an opportunity.
right.
But I feel like it also comes with like emotional intelligence, and not saying that it's most men, but most of y'all don't have that.
We don't.
And
But
why?
have we ever been given space to have it? Right? Because like again, whether male or female, right? Like whether mom or dad, it's always toughen up, act like a man. When it's a girl, whether it's mom or dad, it's always protect the sensitive flower.
Yep.
So it
Facts.
starts from
No, that's true.
like, so how do we fix that part when we're all guilty of it?
No, you're right. I didn't think about it like that, but it's true.
Wow, that was deep. That was deep.
There's your mental health episode, folks.
Yeah, there we go. That was it. Now, yes.
Mentally drained.
Yeah. All right, guys. So unfortunately, we will end the show, but I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in to the show. I really appreciate Minnie, always, Minnie laughs, Dewan, the only, Vic, the tribe of Ruben. It's the tribe called Ruben, you already know. And then we got Vega. Street Fighter 2, baby. We got the claws. I need to, I don't know the noise it makes. Anyway, it was nice. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Vega, please, I'm so sorry.
For what?
Do you have any shout outs to make? You're a guest.
Shit, shout out mom, you know what I'm saying? No, just I have 2 new movies out that you can check out on Amazon Prime, Tubi, Fandango, pretty much any platform you want except Netflix, because you know, that's how it works. The first is called Nico. It was directed by a good friend of mine, Cosmo Lasco. And the second is The Burden of 9 Lives, which was directed by me. So hope you guys can go out and enjoy those. Have some fun checking those out. And feel free to reach out at What Up Vega on everything, except TikTok. I don't trust TikTok. I don't think y'all should trust TikTok.
I mean,
I ain't say it.
going
but anyway.
over the limit,
I ain't say it, you know what I mean? Anyway, all right. And that's that. So, of course, you know, till we meet again.